Jenny loved books. They were her escape from the mundane. She would spend hours at the library, exploring new worlds, living other lives through pages. One rainy afternoon, she pulled an old, dusty novel from the shelf. It looked like it hadn't been borrowed in years, its pages yellowed, its cover worn. She sank into a cozy chair by the window, the rain tapping softly on the glass, and began to read. But then, halfway through the first chapter, she felt something. Something strange tucked inside the pages. At first, she thought it was just a scrap of paper or a receipt someone had left behind. But when she pulled it out, her heart skipped a beat. It was a folded note, its edges frayed, as though it had been opened and closed many times. The note read, "If you find this, meet me at the park bench near the fountain. I'll be waiting." No signature, no further details, just those cryptic words. Intrigued, Jenny couldn't shake the feeling that this was more than just a random message. Was it a prank or something deeper? She couldn't stop thinking about it. What if it was a secret, a clue to a hidden story? She had to find out. The next day, she went to the park, the same one mentioned in the note. As she approached the fountain, she looked around, but there was no one in sight. The park was eerily quiet, the only sound being the water trickling from the fountain. Jenny waited for what felt like an eternity, but no one came. Just as she was about to leave, a man walked up to her. He was holding the same book in his hands, the one she had found the note in. Jenny stared at him, confused. "You're the one who wrote this?" she asked, her voice trembling slightly. The man smiled, a warm and gentle smile. "I didn't expect you to come," he said, his voice soft. "But I'm glad you did." He explained that he had placed the note there years ago, hoping someone would find it. It was a silly game he used to play with a friend, someone who had moved away long ago. They had always exchanged books and notes, leaving clues for each other in the margins. But this particular note was special. It was meant to be a message, a sign that their friendship, though distant, could still be felt. Jenny laughed, realizing that the note was meant for someone else entirely. But as they spoke, they realized something even more remarkable. They had both borrowed the same book without knowing the other existed. In that moment, they connected over their shared love of reading, and it was as if the book had brought them together, not just by chance, but by fate. What started as a mysterious note became the beginning of a deep and lasting friendship, and over time, that bond turned into something even more. Jenny found herself falling in love with the man, not because of the note, but because of the connection they shared through words. They spent hours at the park, exchanging books, sharing stories, and exploring the world through each other's eyes. Years later, they both realized that the note wasn't just a silly game. It was the start of a journey they never expected, one that had led them to something deeper than they could have ever imagined. Subscribe to hear more stories like this.